When there is rumor of demonic incursion about, the Knights of Titan are there to quell the foray into real space. That the Dark Angels happen to innocently be nearby is no defense. Innocence proves nothing, for in the Imperial truth, there is no such thing as innocence. It's Grey Knights versus Dark Angels in this 40K in 40 minutes. Welcome 40K fans, JT the Voice here with what promises to be a truly stellar matchup.
Hello everyone, this is Michael Buckthorpe coming to you with a Grey Knight game today. That's right, I'm playing Grey Knights, the other Silver Army.
Michael brings his Grey Knights to face Space Marine Steve and his Dark Angels on this amazing map and terrain from Frontline Gaming.
Hey everybody, this is Space Marine Steve here at Play on Tabletop, and I'm so excited to be back. I am playing Dark Angels. So Space Marine on almost Space Marine action.
The stain of the waxening still lingers, and I am looking to continue to bring justice to that terrible wrong that I have suffered. It's gonna suck! And today I'm gonna be doing that by bringing the Emperor's chosen Ghostbusters, and I'm gonna see who's really haunting Steve's house.
Michael's list consists of Kaldor Drogo with one of his Terminator squads, a Brotherhood Librarian with the other Terminator block. He's got the Inescapable Wrath Enhancement, and a Grandmaster in Dreadnought Armour. He's got the Sigil of Excellence. Both of his Terminator squads are identical. He has 2 5-mans. He also has 2 5-man strike squads, a Grey Knight Venerable Dreadnought, and a Nemesis Dreadknight. 2 big Dreadknights. That's a lot of beef for Steve to chew through. The only thing that he has to do it at range with is the Redemptor Dreadnought. This could be a classic malfunction at the junction, a throwdown in the midboard, a real, say it with me, slobber knocker.
The Grey Knights are a very mobile, very fast, very shenanigan-y army. And today I'll be utilizing a very Michael technique. I've got some Grey Knight Terminator packs that have apothecaries in them. So I'm gonna be bringing people back, just like the other Silver Army that I play. Isn't that fun? Isn't that cool? Isn't that great when you bring back models that take so long to kill? Ooh, I love it, I love it, I love it.
I am so worried about Michael and all of his ups and his downs and his ability to put those two things together, so I'm gonna have to be real careful.
Steve's 1,500-point Unforgiven task force consists of a captain in Terminator armor. He'll be joining a 5-man Terminator squad, a Chaplain with the Bladeguard veterans with the Stubborn Tenacity Enhancement, a 5-man squad of Intercessors, 5 Bladeguard veterans, a Brutalis Dreadnought, 5 Deathwing Knights, 5 Infiltrators, a Redemptor Dreadnought, Terminator Squad with Captain attached and Deep Strike, a Terminator Squad starting on the board. That's a lot of 2-ups. My goodness gracious. If Michael can't punch through 2-up armor saves, he's gonna have a really bad day.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how Kaldor Drogo's unit fares against the Deathwing counterparts in the Terminators from the Dark Angel army. I'm not really sure if that's a good matchup for them. I do think, however, that I will generally be able to pick my matchups pretty well.
Boy, is this gonna be a great game. I'm real excited.
Today's mission is Burden of Trust. Players will score 4 victory points for each objective marker that they control that is not within their deployment zone. Then for each objective marker they control, they can select 1 unit from their army to guard it until the start of their next turn. That includes their home objective. From the second round on, at the end of each player's turn, the opponent of the player whose turn it is will score 2 victory points for each of their units that are within range of and guarding an objective marker they control. Our mission rule today is prepared positions, so players can target their battle line units with the go to ground and heroic intervention stratagems for free. Our deployment zone is search and destroy. Table quarters with a middle no-go zone.
This guy, huh? I'm gonna write Space Marine Steve wins versus Michael. This person right here, huh? You have the winning box. I put it in writing before it's even happened.
Well, do you want to roll Attacker Defender?
Would you just into the box?
How about 5?
I got 2.
You're gonna put it down first, please.
Intercessors.
Yes.
And they're gonna go way back here.
Amazing.
Doing their best, living their lives.
A unit of Strike Squad right over yonder.
I'm gonna take this fat squad of Bladeguard vets. PH. Chunk.
I'm gonna put a unit of strikes in my backfield.
All right. All right, I'm gonna put my Deathwing Knights right over here.
Okay.
How about them apples, huh?
How about it?
Oh, that, didn't see that coming, did you?
A unit of Terminators are gonna go right over here.
Fairly tentative deployment for both players. Looks like they're going to take advantage of terrain to hide as much as they can, and it really feels like they're both looking to stage a turn 2 brouhaha. Gotta think that favors the Dark Angels a bit, as getting position and holding is really what they are all about.
You know what? His itty bitty base will go right over here.
That's the Brutalis. He's the one that can fight.
Regular Dreadknight. So just the Uber McGuber is going to go right over here.
Steve has deployed his infiltrators in the top left. Looks like he's staking an early claim for his expansion objective.
Mr. Grandmaster Dreadknight might join his friendo.
Are you ready for the fastest game of 40K ever?
My body is ready. You want first there?
I am really, really hopeful that Michael goes first, because then if Michael wants to actually do anything in the first turn, he's going to have to stick his neck out.
Okay. Good luck.
Damn it! Yes! Yes! You have to go first. Oh man, I saw the 5 and I was like, no! And then I saw the 6, I was like, oh!
This episode is brought to you by our friends at Frontline Gaming. If you're in North America, Frontline Gaming is your one-stop shop for all your tabletop gaming needs. Whether it be neoprene battle mats, pre-painted MDF terrain, commission paint services, tabletop gaming products, or even events like the world-famous Las Vegas Open coming up at the end of January, Frontline Gaming is definitely your go-to source. Make sure to check out our affiliate link below, as not only does it support them, but it supports us. Remember, Frontline Gaming has got your gaming needs covered, no matter what you might need.
I'm going to play extremely cautiously. I'm not going to expose myself to anything that I don't want to necessarily take, and I'm just going to try to push out things that Steve will have to put his forces forward into a very dangerous position in order to pick off one Grey Knight.
So I'm just gonna get to work here.
Yeah.
So I've got to sign these.
I
just
don't think,
play your turn while I work.
Strike Squad is gonna scout. Boom, boom, boom.
Michael's gonna be going first. He's pulled Sabotage and Marked for Death. Steve chooses both of his Dreadnoughts and the Intercessor Squad as the marked targets. Good luck killing those on turn 1 from this far away. Not the best draw for Michael. End of his command phase, and the Strike Squad will sticky his home objective. Steve's gonna have to go take that away in order for him to score it.
I'm gonna move.
Michael advancing to the midboard. Looks like he's making a play for the center early.
I'm gonna put the pressure on Steve to come out and get him. In this particular game, when it's a Cold War like this, I'm actually kind of winning just by putting pressure with the primary points and not really doing much else. It sounds really cagey, kind of cheesy, but a win is a win. Over with one Dreadknight. Over to here. These guys have fly and they move a whole bunch, so I'm not too concerned about it. And this dude will go straight over this way.
He's got his Terminator sabotaging. They're going to be hard to stop. That's it. That's his turn 1. He's going to discard Marked for Death and go up to 2 command points and hand the turn over to Steve.
You know what? Michael did go first. I got my wish, and he kind of did what I thought he was going to do. Hide. So we each gain a command point?
Yep.
So I go to 2, you go to 3?
You betcha.
Steve's drawn no prisoners and overwhelming force. Not a great turn 1 draw either. He's choosing Oath of Moment on Drago's Terminator Squad. His Intercessors sticky his home objective as well.
I have a squad of Terminators back here that are going to advance. 1 whole inch. They are moving. Really hoofing it.
Both players, like I said, are staging. Staging to make sure that they get what they need on the second turn.
The downside to this is he was so cagey with his first turn that I actually don't think I'm gonna be able to get aggressive enough to put things on the objectives yet. I'm gonna have to live with this first turn goose egg, effectively.
End of the turn, Drago's unit gets picked back up and put into reserves. That was a very, very quick round 1. 2 assault armies being really careful of closing too quickly. Like I said earlier, I can't help but feel we're about to see some serious action. Michael's sabotage completes. It's 3-0 at the end of round 1, but more importantly, both players are going to start next turn with 4 command points. With 2 assault armies going at it, having 4 command points is going to be very important. That's going to allow heroic interventions, that's going to allow some counteroffensive, and that could really determine who charges what and when.
We
both go to 4 command points.
We do.
Yeah. Okay. I'm starting to tick up a lot on command points, which I am very grateful to have as a Grey Knight player.
Michael's turn 2, no prisoners and secure no man's land. Strike Squad has stickied a second objective, this one in no man's land. Both Strike Squads this turn will choose to guard the objectives as they started on them. 4 primary for Michael sees him up to 7.
So movement phase.
Librarian closing, looks like he wants to mind melt a Dreadnought.
Then we're gonna say this dude is gonna move his right over here. These guys are gonna shuffle a little bit just because I want a little bit wider of a deny range, but they're still gonna stay on the objective. So we'll come out right to here.
Dreadknights into the midboard. Steve rapid ingresses his Terminators for free thanks to their teleport homer. That's gonna give Michael some potential target options.
With that, I'm going to start the shooting phase.
Oh, looks like the Terminators might be getting the mine bullets instead here. Nope, it is the Dreadnought.
On the Brutalis, you're taking 3 mortal wounds, sir.
Okay. Sounds good.
Stormbolter, total of 4 shots, hitting on 3s, 5s. That is nothing.
Per soul into the Deathwing Terminators.
You got
go.
it. Nice. Grandmaster Dreadknight is gonna put his big gun into the Redemptor Dreadnought.
Steve responds with Armor of Contempt.
For 4s.
And he fails both. 4 wounds.
I'm gonna try from the Terminator Squad over here into these Infiltrators.
Yeah.
11-inch and it fails. Michael does score secure no man's land for 5. That takes his secondary to 8, primary to 4, 12 points. He's keeping no prisoners and still sits at 4 command points. That's a lot for some counterplay shenanigans on Steve's turn 2. Steve's both bring it down and establish locus. The regular Dreadknight gets oath, not the Grandmaster. No primary for Steve as he holds no objectives in the midboard, and the Intercessors will guard his home objective. Michael to 5 command points, Steve to 4.
Right here.
Boop.
Terminators moving up. Michael spends a command point on his Terminators. Mists of Deimos chooses to move them backwards.
I have made a big play for the middle. He used some Mist of Deimos to like move around, but I have made a big run for the center. If I can keep all of his guys pinned down in the middle in this big like scrum with me, which is exactly where my Dark Angels army wants to be, because I think that's a fight I can win.
Deathwing Terminators advancing. Redemptor moves up for shots. Intercessors fan out. Rapid ingress for Michael here. In comes Drago, back into the middle.
I'm gonna start my shooting phase.
Okay.
Redemptor Dreadnought, shooting everything into the center oath of Momented Dreadknight.
Shooting phase now, and true silver armor for Michael. He's down to 2 command points to try and save that Dreadknight.
I'm on a spending spree.
Steve dumping all the shots he can here from the Redemptor. 8 wounds remaining on the Dreadknight.
Stormbolters are just gonna go into the Oath of Momented guy. Stormbolter guys on 2s re-rolling because you're the oath target.
Yep.
Take that.
Nope.
My Deathwing Knights are gonna establish locus here in the center. We'll send all the Bladeguard veterans heavy bolt pistols into the big guy. Just why not? On 6s. No. The Chaplain Squad will charge with a 9.
Charge phase now, and the Bladeguard reach. Michael spending a command point to heroically intervene with his Grandmaster. He's down to 1.
The Redemptor Dreadnought needs a 9.5-inch charge to this Dreadknight.
Steve charges him with the Redemptor. Command reroll, and it still fails.
And now I need a 4.
Deathwing Knights now charge the Grandmaster that's made himself a target. They are in.
I did talk a big game about playing cagey and not putting my stuff out, and somehow in the midst of all that, I totally forgot that you could just countercharge the countercharging unit.
Bladeguard are going to reroll invulnerable saves of 1 in this fight phase.
So I'm gonna start with the Deathwing Knights and their Maces of Absolution.
Deathwing Knights will start us off 8 wounds to the Grandmaster, 5 remaining. Michael, using Heroism's favor from the Grandmaster, counteroffensive is only going to cost him 1 command point. He's going to get to strike into the Bladeguard.
Ha, still dropped 2.
2 4-up saves, rerolling 1s. I make them both.
Nice, there you go.
Bladeguard splitting attacks, 2 into the Grandmaster, rest into the 8-wound Dread Knight.
2 guys going into the Grandmaster.
5 reinforce. 4 up.
Grandmaster lives.
And then 4 of them into the other guy.
Dread Knight, however, goes down. What an action-packed round 2. Michael is at 16 points, and Steve is at 2. However, Steve has 4 command points, and Michael has none. In a combat-centric battle, this is important. On to round 3.
All right, start of the turn. I still have 1 Dread Knight remaining. I know in my head that I've committed a little bit too much forward. I have to go and shove in the middle and try and take some of Steve's units off of that objective.
No prisoners and assassination are drawn for Michael. He's up to a command point to Steve's 5. Grandmaster fails Battle Shock. Oh no! Strike Squad on his home objective, guarding, 4 points primary, takes him up to 20 overall.
Start of the movement phase.
Librarian and the Terminators move up. Dreadnought also moves up. Drago Squad moving up, probably to double charge. Strike Squad advancing.
So starting the shots off, we'll put all of the shots into the Bladeguard veterans.
Grandmaster kills one of the Bladeguard vets and wounds another.
Kaldor Drogo's unit.
Yep.
Gonna put all of his shots.
Drago's unit into the Deathwing Terminators that are next to that container manages to wound one of them. Between the Librarian Squad and his Dreadnought so far, 1 dead Terminator.
His shooting attacks, he's got a Storm Bolter and he's got a Purge Soul. So I'll do Purge Soul again. I'm just trying to pick out your character. Hit you on a 3, re-rolling 1s because it's a range attack. Strength 6 looking for 3s. It's a shooting attack now. Into a 6. And ignore, anyways.
Take it.
So 3 damage. Captain takes 3 wounds. We go to the charge phase.
Charge phase now, Drago reaches just the Bladeguard. Success! Librarians and Terminators into the Bladeguard veterans as well. Steve's choosing unbreakable lines for 2 command points here. He's down to 3. The Bladeguard are going to be -1 to be wounded.
With both Assassinate and no prisoners, that's a big 9-point swing. If I can just focus fire these Bladeguard veterans down that has the Chaplain attached to it. He's got a 4-up invuln save, but I think with 10 Terminators and 2 characters, including Kaldor Drogo, surely that'll be easy to kill, right?
Fight phase, Bladeguard choosing to reroll 1s on their invulnerable saves.
Kaldor Drogo's units will go first. Hitting on 3s.
Wow! What a roll! That was horrendous!
I think I rolled 20 attacks with the 1 blob, and I missed 11 of them. That's terrible.
And it is around 4s now.
I dropped 2.
Yeah, you dropped 2.
1 dead, 1 wounded only. The Bladeguard hold.
Cool. Then I'll do Kaldor Drogo. Oh my goodness, look at you.
Oh, he gets them all!
Goodness, look at you, dude.
Counteroffensive for sure. Bladeguard doing as much as they can to hurt the incoming Librarian and his Terminators, as well as Drago.
So into Calgar's unit. Sorry, not Kaldor.
Here we go.
Oh, wow! The curse of the orange dice indeed. Half the Terminators with Drago go down.
All right, so then on 2s with the other 2 into the other squad that hasn't fought yet. Okay. It's rough.
Make 1. That's great. Oh my
So I kill
God,
1?
dude, this
Sick.
is brutal. These Bladeguard veteran basically did triple the amount of damage that I just did to them with a charging Kaldor Drogo unit and just casually whipped these dudes back into the vaults of Titan, essentially. So there's 4 dudes left, plus the Chaplain.
Terminators fighting into the Bladeguard. 2 more dead. There are still 2 Bladeguard and a Chaplain left. Ichiwawa!
I swing back with the Deathwing Knights.
Yep, into the Grandmaster.
Let's do it. On 2s.
Deathwing Knights into the Grandmaster now. Down he goes. Wow. What a turn of events. Steve scores 2, Burden of Trust to get extra 2 primary. Michael keeps no prisoners again, has discarded Assassination up to 2 command points to Steve's 1. It is 20-4 as we head to Steve's turn 3.
My 2 whole command points. Okay. So
Steve's pulled Marked for Death, Michael marks the strike squads and Drago's unit.
So I did pull Mark for Death, which isn't a great secondary. However, he doesn't have that many units left. And so because of that, he's got to pick one of the guys that's in the middle.
And he's pulled Recover Assets. Oath of Moment on Drago's unit again. Grim Resolve on his Deathwing Knights this turn, gonna make them OC2 each. Battle Shocks now. Chaplain Squad passes, Dreadnought passes. Steve scores 8 points on primary, choosing to have his Intercessor's Guard, his Infiltrator's Guard, and his Deathwing Knights also guard. He will have to maintain control of those objectives to score a big 6 points at the end of Michael's turn.
Movement phase.
Movement phase.
Terminators take the bottom right objective, stealing it away from Michael. Deathwing Knights fall back. Steve uses Intractable for a command point. He's down to 1, however, they can now shoot and charge. Infiltrators and Intercessors both recovering assets.
We're gonna do the Dreadnought first, and it will shoot everything into the strike squad, and I'm not gonna overcharge.
Redemptor Dreadnought shooting at the strike squad. They go to ground, getting a 6-up save and the benefit of cover for 0 command points, thanks to the mission special rule.
And then this plasma cannon from way over here.
Right downtown over
Right
here.
downtown to these
Let's
guys.
do it.
D3 shots, and he will overcharge. D3 shots downtown. Huh! Feeling amazing. Let's see it. Whoa, that's the stuff. Oh, 1 on 2s. I hit you, AP3. Nope, take that, kill a guy. Do I kill my own guy? No. This squad here do the same thing, overcharge and go in. So D3 whole shots. Oh, baby, that's the stuff. Oh, no. I hit you though, on 2s. I wound you. The Brutalis is gonna shoot everything into the Dreadnought.
Yep.
Brutalis trying to rip down the Venerable Dreadnought.
1 AP1, 1 damage. Nope, that's fine. Multi-melta.
Okay, here we
Start
go.
on 3s. 4s re-rolling. Nope. D6 plus 2 damage.
Command re-roll the wound, sees it die. Steve is out of command points.
Charges.
Charge phase now, Deathwing Knights are back in.
The Dreadnought. 6, 7, 8. Well,
You got it.
Brutalis charges the Librarian-led Terminators. He's in. No mortal wounds on the Brutalis charge, though.
and then what's the distance on the Terminators into there?
6 on the dice.
The Captain-led Terminators reach as well.
I have sunk every single charge, and I can see it on Michael's face. Fear and arousal.
Fight phase again, Bladeguard rerolling once to save.
We'll start with the Knights.
Okay. Into Kaldor Drogo.
Into Kaldor Drogo. Yeah.
Okay.
Michael with true silver armor for a command point. Can Drago's unit live?
Come on, baby. On 2s.
Oh boy. I'm in danger. How many 3?
Yes, they can. He finally makes a save. Counteroffensive on the Librarian Terminator, splitting attacks. 2 into the Termies, 2 plus Librarian into the Redemptor.
And then I'm gonna spend 0 CP, and I will Armor of Contempt with the Captain's Rights of Battle ability.
I'll do the ones over into your Terminators.
So 3s. Make them all.
Make them all. Very good. On 3s, into your Redemptor now.
4s.
Okay.
I make them both.
Boxcars. Nice job.
Boxcars.
4 attacks on 2s.
I fail 1. No. Redemptor's Duty Eternal knocks it to 1. So the Brutalis slams in.
The Brutalis whiffs. Oh no!
I make all but 1.
Guy in the middle there.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a Chain Fist in there. On 3s.
Nope.
And there's 2 fists.
Oh wow! The Terminators kill only 1 more Terminator.
And then the Redemptor goes.
The Redemptor manages 2 kills, just 1 Terminator and the Librarian left.
So Drago goes into the big guys.
Yep.
And then the other 2 guys
other
go
guys.
into my Bladeguard.
Exactly.
A Bladeguard veteran goes down. Deathwing Knight goes down.
And then you get to try with these guys.
Bladeguard full on into the remaining Terminator and Librarian. Squad is gone, just the Libby left.
All right, well, that was a bad turn for Mike.
Michael does score 2 for guarding his home objective at the end of turn, takes him to 22, still got no prisoners. Steve, however, discards Mark for Death and has recover assets ongoing.
We're fighting for the center now. He's playing my game, and there's no good options. He can barely fight his way out. He can't really dance around for the objectives anymore. I got him in a vice.
Michael's turn 4 now. No prisoners and bring it down. Battle shocks all pass. No primary. This is huge.
And I'm going to bring a model back with my Apothecary for Kaldor Drogo Squad. Commands, end of the command phase, the Strike Squad on my home objective are going to guard again, because why not?
Strike Squad moves up. Second Strike Squad guarding his home objective.
And then we will go to the shooting phase. Storm bolters from the Strike Squad are going to go into the Terminators over on the other side here.
Sounds good.
And the Psi Cannon, so I'm going to do it to this guy. Psi Cannon hits on 3s, drop 2. That is 1 wound at -1 and it ignores cover. 2 bolters into the Brutalis, 2 into your Terminators, and 1 Psi Cannon into your Brutalis. So Psi Cannon first, 5 to wound, nope. 4 shots into your Brutalis from the Storm bolters. Looking for 6s, nothing. And 4 shots into the Terminators, all hit. And here we go.
Good to go.
Librarian is going to Vortex of Doom the Redemptor.
Librarian with Vortex of Doom! Down goes the Redemptor!
I'm gonna charge my Strike Squad in.
Into the Knights?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, why not?
All right, cool.
Let's start.
Strike Squad is in! Steve spends his command points on Unbreakable Wall. Those Deathwing Knights are going to be -1 to be wounded.
So the dude with the Psi Cannon hits on 3s. 1 to wound. Nothing. The sword dudes hitting on 3s.
Nothing in it.
So far, nothing.
And then they get to go. So they're gonna smash everything into Kaldor's unit.
Drago now has to use true silver armor. Steve try to end the threat here and now.
2 dudes.
How about
You're
none?
totally fine, yeah.
How about none of them? I know Kaldor is now safe. I made an ungodly amount of 3-up saves, so maybe my dice are turning around. But I think I'm gonna do my Librarian, because I have a feeling you're just gonna bonk them. On 2s.
Correct.
That's 2 wounds at -1.
Oh.
That's 2 damage pop.
Chaplain, yeah. Absolute chap.
4 2-ups. All right, so 2 dudes into the Chaplain, Kaldor and friend into your Terminators. So I'll do Chaplain guy first.
Bladeguard and Chaplain are done. Max no prisoners for Michael. Woo!
Kaldor Drogo go hitting on 2s. Drop 1.
Fail 1.
And then I got 1 duder. Hits everything. 2 -2s.
Steve manages 6 on Burden of Trust this turn and 3 more on Recover Assets. It is an 8-point game, folks. Even though he's ahead, he has to hold on here. Michael with the lead, 29-21. Steve has pulled Engage on all fronts and Cleanse. Currently guarding 4 objectives and increasing the objective control of the Deathwing. Again, Oath of Amadon Drago and friends, 12 huge primary points. 33-29 for Space Marine Steve.
In my movement phase, everyone remains stationary so that you don't trigger mists. We do have to shoot this Librarian to death, though. So the Brutalis shoots everything at the Terminator Librarian.
Brutalis shoots the Terminator Librarian. Oh no, he goes down. Terminators on the bottom right and the Infiltrators top left, both cleansing.
All right, charge phase. The Brutalis is gonna charge into Drago's unit.
Brutalis fails. Steve with a command reroll. He's in.
And then the Captain's unit is gonna charge into Drago's unit.
Okay.
Captain and Terminators both reach Drago Squad. Again, no mortal wounds with a charge.
Okay, so let's start with the Brutalis.
True silver armor on Drago Squad again. Michael desperately trying to hold on. The Brutalis kills 2.
My other squad will go.
The Terminators have killed down to just Drago. Can the Terminator Captain take him?
Big man. Oh, Captain, my Captain.
3-ups.
3 wounds remaining on Kaldor Drogo.
So ongoings now, right? I'm gonna put the strikes next.
Strike Squad into the Deathwing manage a kill.
So 2 of them will go to Drago and 1 of them will go to the extra guys.
Deathwing Knights kill 2 of the Strike Squad.
And Drago.
To Drago.
Drago tanks it all.
Yeah, I'll put it in the Terminators. Here we go, 2s to hit.
strength 10?
It's like 10 for some reason. There we go,
So-
that's 3 dead Terminators.
3 dead Terminators.
Boom, boom, boom. There we go.
End of the round, 2 more points for Michael for guarding, but I think the writing is on the wall a bit. It's 39-31 for Steve, as his 6 points on secondary have vaulted him into the lead.
When you see the dice swing a certain way, there's a story they're telling, and unfortunately, it appears the Dark Angels might be the good guys here. Are we the baddies? And here we go, we're gonna make a try. I'm going to draw 2 secondaries.
Michael's turn 5, he's pulled Extend Battle Lines and Defend Stronghold. Steve's sitting on potentially another 8 for guarding. Michael needs these secondaries both to stay in the game and to kick Steve off the objectives.
Drago's gonna go down, dragging as many of you sons of guns.
Yeah, full on.
Strike Squad falls back to get more objective control on that objective.
Come here, bum. Shooting phase. 16 is a rapid fire, all going into the Brutalis.
Strike Squad shooting now. Brutalis down to 8 wounds left.
Charge the Deathwing Knights with the Strike Squads.
Strike Squad charges the Deathwing Knights to out-objective control the center objective. Can they live long enough to win the day? The Brutalis heroically intervenes. He's in. Steve's out of command points. Michael takes a mortal wound on the charge. Finally, the Brutalis does mortals on the charge.
I'm gonna swing at you with 4 dudes with swords. So I got 3 attacks. What am I doing here?
Strike Squad into the Deathwing Knights, killing them out of combat with Kaldor Drogo.
The Terminators into Drago. Power Fist.
True silver armor again for his last command point here. He needs him to live.
All right, so he's down to 1.
The sword on 2s, on 4s. 3 ups.
Oh, there it is.
Oh no! Drago goes down. That is effectively going to end it. Steve is going to score another 8 more points on primary. Even though Michael has Defend Stronghold ongoing, that is it, folks. 57-41 for your winner, Space Marine Steve and the Dark Angels.
It was a great game to Steve. It was a tactical blunder on my part. I'm sure there's a few people out there who are screaming, gritting their teeth. However, at the end of the day, it's a game, and I have been outdone by my opponent. So congratulations to Steve.
Michael, we had a fantastic time. I had a fantastic time. And I will play you again on the channel anytime, especially now since our chest hair isn't on the line, actually.
I look forward to the revenge match in our near future, and I will look forward to hopefully putting another W in my column.
From all of us here at Play On Tabletop, thanks so much for all the support. Join our Patreon, our YouTube membership, get access to all that behind the scenes awesome. Check up, Leveled Up. Merch store is live.
Big thank you to Frontline Gaming for sponsoring this episode. If you need mats, terrain, events, you name it, they've got it. Make sure to check out the affiliate link in the description below, or go to frontlinegaming.org. If you like what we do, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video. If you really like what we do, please consider supporting us through YouTube membership or Patreon. You'll get exclusive releases, as well as behind-the-scenes interviews, early access to most of our shows, and of course access to our Discord, the most happening 40K community around. Well, that's it from all of us here at the Play On Studios. On behalf of them, it's me, JT the Voice, saying, until the next time you see us in the far-flung future of a grimdark universe, play on.
Do you like the silver ones?
Yeah, I like them.
Those are the new anniversary ones. Get started.
All of them?
All of them.